Okay, so this is Sheikh Ahmad Deedat. He's dead right now. He can't really defend himself, but I wanted to bring up this video because he is a pretty good speaker. He calls himself a layman, but he's actually pretty educated in Islam, and he's a debater and apologist. But in this video, it says, Al-Quran, a miracle of miracles. And he's going to talk a little bit about why he thinks the Quran is a miracle. I wanted you to show you what he talks about.
But they say that this is not Allah's kalam. This is Muhammad's cleverness. Very clever man. So we say, look, he was an ummi, an unlearned person. I said, yes, but wasn't he a very clever man? Wasn't he a great speaker? Wasn't he a great thinker? We would have to agree that he was. He was exceptionally good in all these qualities. Then I said, look, why could he not have rehashed into a beautiful language what he heard from his environment and dished it off as a revelation? It's his handiwork. Allah testifies against that. He says, وَمَا يَنْتِقُ عَنِ الْهَوَىٰ. He says, he does not speak from his own desire. إِنْ هُوَ إِلَّا وَحْيٌ يُوحَىٰ. It is no less than an inspiration sent down to him. عَلَّمَهُ شَدِيدُ الْقُوَىٰ. He is taught by one mighty in power.
Okay, so he's not really filling in the gaps because Muhammad, he wrote or recited the Quran over a 23-year period, and he would go into a cave and come out with a new Surah. He's not talking kind of in that respect, but it is good that he brings up the fact that Muhammad is clever, even though he supposedly can't read and write. He was a very good salesman. He was very good at selling merchandise as a merchant, and he traveled the Mediterranean world, and he gathered a lot of information, I would think, in his travels, and that he knew about the Bible, he knew about Christianity, and it's not something that he came about by accident, but I think purposely. I think Muhammad listened to Christians and the Bible being recited when he did his traveling. So I wanted to show a little bit longer about what he talks about the Bible and the Quran.
We believe that this is Allah's kalam. Allah testifies and we testify. But the outsider, he says, no, this is Muhammad's handiwork. So I am telling you, my brothers and sisters, let us for a moment agree with the skeptic, with the cynic, with the critic. Let's agree with him and admit that this is Muhammad's book, that he is the author, though we know he is not. So he said, all right, so you say this is Muhammad's production. He says, yes. So now I want you to agree with me that this is a one-man job, one-man effort. If he did it, this is Muhammad's own handiwork. So well, there's no hesitation in accepting that this is his handiwork. That's all right. In that case, I said, now I present to you this book in its material magnitude, in its size. This is one-man job. You have here another job, which you claim to be Allah's kalam, the Bible. This Bible consists of the Old Testament, which is actually the book of the Jews, and the New Testament, Old and New put together. The Christians have inherited it, Old and New put together. In this encyclopedia called the Bible, there are 66 books inside. What we might call surahs. In the Quran, we have 114 surahs. They have...
Okay, he just erred. He made a mistake. He said 140 surahs. There's actually 114. He's 70 years old. We'll give him a pass on that, but just wanted to make that correction for him.
66 books, big and small. But these 66 books are authored by 40 different persons. This is what they tell us. 40 different people, their writings lying around, manuscript form, whatever form, that they got them together into one book. 40 different people went together to produce this one book, This is a one-man production, if at all.
I think having 66 books all agree about the one true God and Savior Jesus Christ, I think that's an accomplishment. Terry has to say a little bit more.
Out of those 40 different authors of the Bible, the greatest writer, the most voluminous writer of all is a person called Saint Paul, the real founder of Christianity, Saint Paul. This Saint Paul wrote more than 50% of the books of the New Testament. There are 27 books in the New Testament. Out of the 27, Paul wrote 14. More than 50%. But
okay, so that's a kind of a misnomer because out of the number of words in the New Testament, if you take that and divide it by the epistles, they're not really books, the epistles of Paul comes out to around 28%. So, and out of that, the epistles of Paul, he quotes the Old Testament 100 times. He doesn't quote Jesus very often.
Those 14 books put together, they don't consist more than this. What I'm showing you now, not more than this. 14 put together. The greatest writer, the most learned writer, that's 14 books. This is one man job. On the physical magnitude of it, we say it's a miracle. The Quran is not talking anything, everything, filling up, is a filler. No. It's a very, very concentrated stuff, guiding mankind into all aspects of life, solving all his problems.
I don't know if the Quran solves all problems. There's a lot of things it doesn't mention circumcision, doesn't mention the Shahada. To say that it's a catch-all book for everything is not true. I counted 22 times in the Quran where Muhammad actually says, obey me, and not so much the Bible.
To do such a thing. So I will have to curtail a lot of things because I, as a layman, I can give you a dozen different miracles in the Quran.
I think it's interesting that the video calls him a sheikh and that he calls himself a layman.
The learned man, perhaps he can give you 100 miraculous nature of the Quran. I myself, as a layman, I can give you a dozen, which we will not be able to touch tonight, but I give you a few. Number one, the concept of Allah Bari Ta'ala. You see, we know Allah by His attributes. And Allah gives us His attributes in His book. We do not have to create these attributes. We have not to concoct them as to what Allah is. So He tells us what He is. He is Ar-Rahman, He is Ar-Rahim, He is Al-Malik, He is Al-Quddus, He is Al-Salam, He is Al-Mu'min, He is Al-Muhaymin, He is Al-Aziz, He is Al-Jabbar, He is Al-Mutakabbir, and on and on and on. He gives us, Allah gives us in His book 99 beautiful attributes. Like a necklace of pearls, 99 attributes. With a crowning glory, Allah, a big pendant, Allah, proper noun, Allah, 99 attributes and one proper name, Allah, makes it 100. And I'm asking learned people, doctors, lawyers, philosophers, when I meet them, I said, look, tell me now. I would like to know from you, how many attributes can you imagine that you can attribute to God? How many? Come, try. So he says, well, He's the Father in heaven. Yes. God is love. Yes. Come on, tell us, whatever. Come on. He's just. Yes. He's holy. Yes. He's merciful. Yes. Come on. You know the cleverest of us, the cleverest of mankind, the most learned of us, he can't go beyond a dozen.
What a liar. So this is the first big lie, I think, of his video. There are 99 names for Jesus. And then I think we could come up with a bunch more for Yahweh of the Old Testament. In my video here, I'll list the 99 names for Jesus, and here I'm a layman, and I'm bringing up the 99 names for Jesus 500 years before the Quran was written. So maybe the miracle is actually in the Bible and not so much in the Quran. Or maybe it's not a miracle.
I said, you know what? In the list of 99, this word Father is not there. That is a miracle. See, the miracle is that the thing that is being dangled before him for 23 years, people are talking about the Father in heaven, easiest to take. He doesn't take it, he doesn't catch it. Either consciously or unconsciously. We know it's not his word. It's Allah Barita.
Okay, so Allah is not a father. In Surah 18, verses 4 to 5, you see that this is why Muhammad never says Allah is a father, and it's not one of his 99 names. Muhammad's book is dedicated pretty much to attacking God as a father, saying many times that he has not have a son.